Shalom, family. Glory be to God. Blessed be the Lamb. Preliminary matter. No, it's bad, but I can't get you off my mind. That's bad. That's bad. Because I'm gonna work on trying to get you off my mind. But while I'm doing that, I want you to think about something. Well, I want you to think about something because I want you to know what you're dealing with here. There was an administrator for the Drew Junior High School 4 or 5 years back. An administrator, an African American administrator of a junior high school, of the district or whatever the hell he was. He had believed he had hooked up. He thought he had hooked up with a 14-year-old girl in a motel room whose parents were away at work. Yes, he did, bless his heart. Grown-ass man, 35 or 40 years old. Yes, he did. Now, it just so happened we had a little white girl around us. Well, I ain't gonna put all that out there, but we had a little girl around us. It was a white girl. I already said it. And he thought that she was 14 years old. He was gonna stop by the motel room on his lunch break. And he did. And he walked into a buzzsaw. He walked into a bad day. A real bad day. A man in a Groucho Marx mask. Soon as he opened the door, damn near knocked his ass out and snatched him inside of the room. Slammed the door. And then went to waylaying his ass. Then tied him up in the damn hotel room chair. Yeah, tied him up nice and tight. And then he put the camera on him. And they said, "Tell him what you did." He's bloody and crying. Popped his ass again. Tried to break his head open with the strongest left hand I ever seen. Tell him what you did. And you know what he started saying? Do you know what that young man started saying? He started saying a whole lot of stuff. But most importantly, he was saying that, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry." Yes, you knew. Of course you did. Of course you did. So after that beating, he was able to make a phone call his people. Yeah, call his peoples. Now, his peoples had to pay a fee. They need to come up with the fee. His peoples, his organizational friends, not his family, his organizational friend. Well, it was one family member, Daddy. The old fart of a fuck daddy. He shows up trying to make the statement that our man didn't know who he was messing with and that they just need to let his son go. Now, how that results in was he beat his son some more after he left. He beat him some more. This time, the son tied up in the chair had the Groucho Marx mask on. This went on all night. Not the beating. We're not that brutal. But this situation went on all night. 7 o'clock next morning. Okay? The old man shows up with some more goons. They just don't understand. They just don't understand. I know this how you boys used to doing it. I know this how you boys used to doing it. So how you think this ended, folks? Huh? Can you guess? It didn't happen right then and there, but they just wouldn't let shit go. They had been offended. They didn't call the police. No, they're going to act like they organization. We're going to handle it. We're going to show this nigga We're going to show these niggas. Then all of a sudden somebody wasn't breathing. And we was. You see how this shit go now? Niggas, this is not fucking Candyland. This is not La La Land. This is not goddamn the playtime. We dead serious about every word out of my mouth. And by the way, I also told you that I think in terms of 5-year blocks. 2018, to those who know and those who were heavily involved in my life, what was going on in 2018 and 19? You was busy fucking up shit. Well, guess what? I told you that I think in terms of 5-year blocks. Can you count? Can you count? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This 24. This, for me, is tying up some loose ends. I need to start thinking about the next 5 years, and you are the loose end. I don't need my words. If I say it, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up. If I say it, I'm gonna make your ass a project. I'm gonna make your ass a project. So, with that being said, just know what it is. Your job is to stop me from doing you massive damage over the next 4 to 5 weeks. That's your one and only job. You should wake up thinking about this. You should go to bed thinking about this, about the repercussions, about what happens next, after. You should be thinking about all that, about your possible retaliation. You should be thinking about all of this right now. Because as sure as the sunrise, I'm going to be there. Expect me. Expect me. Okay? Now, you think about the gravity of what you did and why you should be careful about who you do it to. Because now it has become a situation that I've learned that you've done it to others, and those others, and those others, and now your bitch ass just have to be stopped. You have to be stopped as individuals and an organization. And trust me, I won't hesitate. I will not think twice about putting you in the ground. But before that happens, I'm going to be destroying you first. But if you get out of hand in this calamity that I'm about to deliver upon you, that's going to threaten both your livelihoods and your freedom, I will be putting you in the ground. Understand this. Guaranteed. Follow me, in the ground you're going. Get in front of me with all these placards on your license plate and this bullshit like you ain't messing with a grown-ass man. Knowing what you did, knowing that you tried to have me killed at least 5 times, I'm gonna put you in the ground. Don't have your wife and kids with you. Whenever you're gonna do this kind of stuff, don't have your wife nor your children with you. They don't have to see this. They don't need to see it, and they shouldn't see it. Don't have them with you if you're going to play that game from here on out with me. From here on out, period. Act like good little boys and do what you normally do. Lust after each other. Or think about lusting after each other. Now, anyway, moving right along. That was just a preliminary. Christianity is having a resurgence in America. That's what they're saying. They're saying that Christianity, the real Christianity, not the Christian church, where you can do whatever you want and God still love you, up to and including to bestiality, necromania, murder, mayhem, overall running amok amongst the planet and showing up in church Sunday morning straight from the club. I'll be talking to you. You're going to be replaced. You're being replaced. You see this, right? You see what's happening. The brother or the ex-brother was right. You are irrelevant, just as irrelevant as they are. At least they have the temerity to have figured it out. They're actually saying, "Thank you, sir." And this is a high-level organizational man. Got his own show and stuff, or his own church, a mega church, no doubt. I won't be recommending his members to anything of importance. But that man said that the African American church has become culturally irrelevant to the black community. Was that a crack I heard? That was a crack in the ground. The land is separating. Now quick, as the ground separates slowly, everybody jump to their respective sides. Good people go over there, and bad people go over here. Now it's going to be cracking, and it's going to go wider and wider. So at some point, you're going to have no choice but to either jump it or either stay where you are. Don't get trapped on the side that you don't want to be on, because they're going to kill you. Okay? So be careful. But this Christian resurgence, it is deadly. I mean, this is putting a bullet between the eyes of the devil himself. He gonna act like he didn't feel it. He gonna act like he didn't feel the round because he's that big, but he know you just got hit right between the eyes. A Christian resurgence. They're not talking about the church. They're not talking about the church. We all know that they're not talking about the church, and they ain't talking about the Pope. They're talking about you. You are the believers. And most of y'all don't even go to church. Most of the believers don't go to church. Ain't that something? Wow. So what do go to church if it ain't the believers? Jesus didn't even go to church. And the new one ain't going to church either. I wonder why. What is in these churches that a man of God would want to avoid? What is in there that a man of God would want to avoid? At any rate, Christianity is having a resurgence. That means war. The devil ain't going to just give up this ground without a fight. He done did too much work. What? He got 2/3 of the Negro, Western educated, trying to assimilate into a culture every way that they can, yet they have yet to develop a turn me white pill. So imagine a black man in melanated skin trying to assimilate into a sea of various shades of white. It's never going to happen. That's about as stupid as trying to make one of these various shades of white assimilate into Africa. They don't even try. They just go take the land, move in, and make war. And start claiming rights and then making law. It's a whole different scenario. That ain't what's going on here. You should be proud of yourselves. I mean that. Not you bad people. But you ain't gonna stop these people over here. They come armed. They come well armed. Do you know, man, listen here. I'm gonna say this again. And maybe one more time after that. You need to find yourselves, whoever you are, who are bad, who are evil and wicked, have culturized it, has normalized it. You need a God like yesterday. You need something to stand up, ready to do battle today. All of you to be praying to your respective gods to send a servant or come his damn self or her damn self. Because y'all need help, because these people go out here and getting more and more impatient by the day. He already here. All right, damn good representative. And he brought weapons and faith and belief and encouragement to the point that even though they are outnumbered 7-3, they still believe they can kick your ass, and the devil, and the demons, and the dead spirits. I'm damn near having to hold them back. By midway of next year, I will be having to hold them back. You ain't gonna have to worry about me. They're gonna start demanding things. You'll see. They're gonna start demanding shit. You know why? Because they're gonna see how big of a cowards that you really are. They're gonna start to notice that they don't never want to die. You see, I told you, they never want to die, no matter what. These are the biggest fighters for life you will ever see. Especially if you talking about killing and shooting and stabbing them in the midst of a war. They ain't having that shit. These are lovers, not fighters. I'm trying to tell them, but they won't listen. They say, well, then lovers should become fighters. Because they ain't got much love from nobody these days, or the other days either. In fact, they're not even interested in love anymore. They only interested in you. Like I'm only interested in you. We getting antsy. We starting to feel like we need to find out what you got. We already know that you see what their God can do. He can wipe your ass out if you talk too much shit. He can put your brains on the dashboard if you keep on tapping your goddamn brakes with these funny symbols on your goddamn placard, knowing that you have already tried to take his life a few times as an organization. He has every right to leave your brains on your steering wheel, along with partial pieces of your face and an eyeball. You get what I'm saying? So don't have your wife and kids with you. Now, back to if you're going to engage in these shenanigans. These are deadly for both me and you. I will be sacrificing a lot. Know what I will be sacrificing? That means I have to put my powerful ass in the grasp of humans, which I'm going to find that very hard to do. Step one, turn myself in and lay down, put my hands behind my back. Done. That's not the problem. It's when I get down there. That's when the real shit might start. That's when I start to bring the real bloodletting, making every inmate kill and beat and rape and stab the one next to him. It'll be mayhem. Mayhem. Not just that, I'm going to make the deputies start to shoot each other. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. So, but before that happens, just don't do that anymore. Please. Please recognize the gravity of what you have done. If you don't know what your organization has done, consult your elders who do know. You need to ask them, why does he hate us so much starting back in 2012 and 13? Why does he want to kill our whole mama, meaning everything she's seen, your ass, everything she birthed, Everything she laid down with, boy, you have no idea. Like I say, you are under hatred perfected. But back to the rise and the resurgence of Christianity in America. I'm sorry. Y'all have to pardon me, but sometimes I get carried away. I got more than one mind, and it's more than one me, and one want to say this here, the other one want to say that, the other one want violence and blood and mayhem and screaming. Man, listen here. So I got to tame all this. I got to tame all this, because I can bring it. I can really bring it. Back to the resurgence. Man, how y'all feel, believers? How you feel to know that all these clowns was wrong, telling you ain't no God, ain't no heaven, ain't no hell, it's the devil's world, it's always been this way. Remember all them days? They're not saying that anymore. Nope, they're not saying that anymore. Not about you or your God. Your God's serious. If you get out of line, he might even get you. And that's why they love you. So you know how the hell he feel about these who would harm you. You know how he feel about them. He want to shake them like a rag doll. He want to make them float, smoke like barbecue. At any rate, how y'all doing? How are you tonight? You should be so proud of yourself, but not too proud. Your God showed up. Your God showed up like a gangster, slanging and banging. And their God, have you seen it yet? Have you been attacked by their God? Have you been attacked by their God? No. At worst, you have been attacked by what is becoming increasingly weaker by the day spirits, would-be demons. That's becoming weaker by the day because you're becoming stronger by the day. That's what belief does. Make you strong. But as I would tell my enemy, so shall I tell you. Gird yourself for battle. Gird yourself for battle. Have your armor ready. Have your sidearms ready and your spears and knives and tactical gear ready. Any of y'all got parachutes? Because we might be dropping in from the sky on these clowns. If we can find somebody with some parachutes and some balls, come in from above on their ass. They're gonna think it's the attack of the angels. Be proud of yourself, because you are pushing the shit out of them. You ran through, man, I've told you once before, you guys are like one big battery, one big ass battery. And we growing by leaps and bounds all over the world, interconnected. You are connected. You are connected to the world's biggest and greatest intelligence gathering network that the world has ever seen. Ain't nowhere to hide. Every eye is upon everything. Even that kitty cat's eye. God say that every eye shall see. Trust me. We use all their eyes. How you think that we know everything? How you think we know everything? Angels following you around, taking notes maybe? Keeping track of you? Well, it is some of that. It's more of that than you think. But everybody has their own book. Everybody has their own book. And then God has his book. You got your books, and God got his book. Okay? My book is being written right now. See, I don't have a book yet. I'm busy writing it. I'm busy with every audio. I'm writing a book. Is a new chapter, a new page. The new book is already being written. I can see it now. I can already see it in my mind. I might even have a movie deal. Who knows about this shit? I want to play my own part, though. Only I can do it. I need to play my own part. I don't need all these other niggas running around there looking all sexy and moist and shit, trying to get themselves a Grammy, Oscar, or whatever it is, running their ass around like in tuxedos after they done touched each other. All of them have been I can't think of a nice term. I can't think of nothing that I could have used right then that wouldn't have been dangerous to my enemies. They have to understand that my words are commands. They need to really understand that every word, even in passing, is still a command. That's what you're dealing with now. Why did you bother me anyway? Excuse me over here. I'll get back to y'all. Y'all just keep being proud. What made you bother me? Was it that my hustle was too good? One time, one of them said, one of the reasons was because you had it too good for too long. Oh, really? Another one said, because you ain't putting no skin in the game. Well, I got skin in the game now. Your skin. Your skin is in the game. At my hands. This is what I be trying to tell you. Would you like some more of your skin in the game? Because we can get you there. We can get you there quickly. Quickly. I have a feeling that come March or April of next year, it's going to be full fucking... First time I cursed all night. It's going to be going full throttle in your lives anyway, along with others that has broken the law, run their ass around here freely. We coming. I'm coming. First, I'm going to destroy you. And when you get crazy because you're upset and you don't want to just take the fact and you start doing stupid shit, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to simply kill you. Understand this. From here on out, these are the rules. Be careful out there because I'm going to be careful too. I'm going to be respectful. May I suggest that you do the same? Accept. You should accept what's coming. The only reason that you don't accept that is because you don't see the gravity of what you've done. It's like I told someone else. You are in this emotional state that I won't even say it, because you don't see the gravity of what you've done. As far as you're concerned, it was just an act in a moment in time. You didn't see all of the repercussions, all of the possibilities. See? But that's not my fault. It's yours. Do your homework. Do your homework. Now, look what you've done. Oh, and by the way, world, I don't want to be careful. I'm not trying to be careful at all. They have to be careful, not me. I don't want to be careful. You have to understand, I'm not really alive, so it's hard for me to be threatened. I'm not giving a rat's ass. I'm not clinging to life. In fact, I'm trying to, in my own way, get this cycle over with. We can do whatever we have to do. I don't die. I don't know what the fuck that shit is. Excuse me, but do you? Tell me, do you? I'm talking to my enemy. Do you know about dying? Because I can tell you about dying. I just cannot tell you about staying dead. Death doesn't know me, except that one time. And now, Uncle Bastard has to do what he's told to. Trust me. Trust me. So where are we now? Where are we now? We're gonna have a test of wheels now? Cause I like test of wheels. I love test of wheels between mortal man and myself. I love these test of wheels. I always win. I always win. I'll win this one too. So all we having a test of wills. I don't think we are. You just don't know what to do with yourself. You're insulted. You've been verbally assaulted. Your people done heard you be verbally assaulted. Your families have heard you be verbally assaulted, and you feel like as a man that you have to do something. This is not the time. You have to recognize again. I know that I keep exercising this digression, but you have to recognize the gravity of what you did. You broke something. You touched something. You took something that you were warned. You were warned to not do. You were warned on more than one occasion, warned about violence, still did it, thinking that, well, it's so many of us, we're 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 the Houston chapter of the whatever I don't give a fuck. Because I don't give a damn if it's 75 of you or 150 of you. In my mind, yeah, I just need more bullets. In my mind, I just catch their ass at the nearest festival where they the click clacking and clacking their goddamn shoes and shit, walking and jumping their ass around and goddamn twirling candy canes, and I'll just spray everybody. You see, that's how my mind works. You start to thinking, well, it's power in our numbers. And I'm steady telling you, no, it's not. There's no power in your numbers. Not when your enemy see multiple targets. You see power, he see multiple targets. You an idiot. In numbers, it's confusion. In numbers, it's chaos. I don't give a damn what you have sworn to. At the end of the day, you will recognize your own ass and the value of it. I don't give a fuck what you have sworn to. You will recognize the value of your own ass as an individual sooner or later. Else you wind up like that man in the hotel room, tied up in the chair, getting beat by somebody with a Groucho Marx mask on, trying to tell the world what you did and why you getting this beating. For us, it was just insurance, just in case the legal people get caught up. We have his ass on tape telling the whole world he was trying to rape a little 14-year-old girl. Yeah, in a hotel room. Ain't that sweet? He lived. He lived, but somebody didn't. All that bullshit. You see, that's the part I don't get. You know you fucked up. You know you're wrong. You know you broke the law. You know you have violated. And yet in your mind, you are the victim. You should have just brought that dude the money he asked for. But you didn't. 3 days later, somebody died. You stupid. Quit being stupid. At the hands of a very bad man, by the way. Very bad man. Some would even say, in fact, some have said, is he good? Is he bad? You know what I say? He just is. These terms that you humans give each other don't quite fit. He just is. What you want me to say? He's evil because he deals with evil people? I'm not going to call him evil, but you would call him evil because he's very dark and very violent. He don't give a fuck about nothing. He just don't. Quite frankly, he throws me off. He even throws me off. He's so businesslike. But anyway, thank God. and realize the gravity of what you have done, what you have caused, and the ripple effects. And we're at the end of those 5 years. This is a cleanup operation for me. No more than that. No more than that. Plus, you've had the opportunity to find the money. So I don't leave loose ends. See, one thing about loose ends is that they always come back to get you. Loose ends always come back to get you. They're always running their mouth, got something to say, have an opinion, talking to this person, that person, trying to make money off the situations. I mean, you just can't have loose ends out there. You just can't have loose ends out there. If there is a loose end, that loose end must be properly punished or dead. So we're going to go for the punishment first. So you can expect knocks at the door, phone calls, that type of thing coming your way. Okay? Accept it like a man. Back to you guys. Sorry y'all had to hear that. Your hearts are so clean. Listen, they got it coming. Don't think I'm just that violent and malicious and dark. Oh, y'all already get it? They already get it. Be proud of yourself and keep growing. Keep believing. Keep believing. Because ain't no unbelieving. These are just idiots. The truth is in front of their face. The truth is in front of their face. They are delusional. I've even asked them, rather than to fight me, to call their God. That their God won't answer the phone, he won't pick up, he won't show up, and yet they still believe that there's something that's going to stop me from doing what I came to do. And it's not. And it is a tragedy. It's a tragedy. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. But it won't be the first time in history that we've seen it, unfortunately. Except this time, it'll be God doing it. We say it, and you're going to either play ball or die. That's the game plan here. We flooding the world, we tearing it up, we ripping it apart. Have I shed tears? You have to understand something. How I go, the weather goes. That's something else that you should understand. How I go, the weather go. The weather turns on me. Period. Period. And these people over here wanted to harass and stalk a being with that type of capability. Who gave these people babies anyway? Who's y'all daddy? Because, you know, because I need to talk to him. He has to be more selective in where he places his seed. Because, genetically, we can't really allow you to enter the gene pool anymore. Who needs stupid genes? Who need dumb genes? Who need ignorant genes? Nobody. Sir, you can no longer contribute to the gene pool. We just can't let you do it. Where you going in the woods? No, we can't let you in the woods either. We can't let you touch nothing warm blooded or cold blooded. In fact, sir, you're going in the hospital. You're going to have a procedure. We can't let it happen. We simply can't let it happen. And that's why I say separate again. There's all kinds of reasons to separate. Some people live just to be living. They don't You you think that the typical person stop to ask themselves why I'm alive? They don't. You think the typical person ask themselves where did man come from? No, they just popped out of a room, walked their ass around 75 or 80 years, and then they die. That's about the end of it. They eat up a lot of shit, drink up a lot of shit, make some babies, use resources, and then they die. And they babies take their place, and then they do the same thing. And end this cycle of repetitive procreation. Oh man, how freaking pathetic. But the faithful ones over here laughing their ass off at everybody else. Laughing, laughing. Remember, faithful ones, where every believer has had this happen. Every believer have had this happen when they having bad things happen in their life. Mean people around them. Well, your God now. Joe's wife did it. I know I had it happen to me. A Negro was so arrogant. Where's your God? I'm just looking at him blinking. What's wrong with this fool? He know that I'm about to snatch the spine out of his back. That same dude would come to me a month later and say, look, man, I don't want to die. What the fuck going on? What? Damn, we got that fast. You felt me, huh? You must have felt me. You good. You good. So recognize the gravity of what you've done and its ripple effects. Maybe if you do that, I mean seriously, the ripple effects and the next generation that inevitably will be affected by what you have done back in 2015, 16, 17, and 18. That's why I told you, when you think like me, you see all these things. You think like you, and you don't see how what you've done has caused so much angst. It's because you don't see. Every action that you engage in is a singular event, seemingly detached from the last event. It ain't like that. It ain't like that. You you fucked up and you altered something. You changed something that you shouldn't have not have ever, and I mean ever, did. Now, now we want you. Now we want you. So my advice to you is to keep your head down and shut the fuck up. Just be quiet. All this here, I'm gonna show him that I mean, he can't stop us from doing nothing. Nigga, who you talking to? Who are you talking to? Don't let some female wind your ass up and cost you your life. Don't do it. I don't care how offended her ass is. She should do it her damn self. Let her do it her damn self. She ain't gonna do nothing but man to get the same fucking treatment, the exact same other treatment. Quit acting like you love each other like that. You don't love each other like that. You are incapable of loving each other like that. Stop it. Stop it. Just for that's why you got multiple sex partners and she got multiple sex partners. That's all the while you married. Because most of your marriages are arranged. Your wives and your children are movie props. So before I go down that path and I start to insult you, because my belly getting warm. When my belly started getting warm inside, that means rage comes. Then I start to say things that I wouldn't otherwise say, and I lose the understanding that my words are commands, and then the angels that they be like, man, we don't know what this nigga doing. We know he's mad. Does he mean that shit? I mean, how does he want us to act? So we won't do that tonight. We won't do that tonight. But find in your heart to understand. It will go a long ways somewhere good. I don't know where good, but somewhere good. If you keep acting like, what's the big deal? Who does he think he is? I think that I'm your God. I think I own the world. I think I control the wind. I think I control the rain. What do you want me to think? That's not the wrong. You are asking, man, that's crazy. And we're gonna end this right here at the 40-minute mark. You asked me back in 2017, who do I think I am? And what did I tell your dumb ass then? You were asking the wrong question. The right question is, who do you think I am? Do you understand what I was saying better now? 5 years later, cleanup time. Because I think in 5 year blocks. And I got shit to do. I can't just leave you back here accessible with the knowledge of what you have done. That will not happen. So something gonna happen to you. Legal shit. These are not other threats. The threats are the police and the FBI and the attorneys and the district attorneys, the state level prosecuting attorneys. Now that you have to worry about. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your night. You God fearing folk. Love you. Enjoy the rest of your night. And you keep laughing your ass off because you have been validated. You have been certified and validated. So have your God. Now you ask them in stereo. All at once now. I wish I could chime it in. Where is y'all's God? A few million people want to know where your God is. They found theirs. And they ready and they want to do business with your God. We're running out of time. You should be praying all night tonight. Whatever God that you have that ain't my God. Because we mean business here. Straight business. So all of you should start praying to your respective gods. I would ask them to send a representative, settle this so we can go to war and finish this. Otherwise, you're going to be fending for yourself. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, the rest of your evening. Peace, joy, and love, grace. The rest of you, not you, enemy. We're source. We're seven. We're one.